Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel Scratch Learners. Today we are going to discuss the C++ code of cell short algorithm. We have already discussed about how this cell short program works in the last video. If you don't know the concept of shell short, then please watch it out from the I button. So let's begin with the C++ code of cell short algorithm. We are beginning from the main block, within which in the beginning we are inputting the number of elements in the variable n, and we are inputting all the elements one by one in the array A at location I, and then we are calling this function cell short, which will actually sort the array using shell sort technique. So let's see the block for this cell sort function. See, this is the function for cell sort, which takes the argument the array A and the size of the array n, within which we are having this loop which will sort the array. So in the beginning we are initializing gap equals to n by 2. We have already understood these things in the last video, right? That means here n equals to the total number of elements, that is 5. So gap will be 5 by 2 equals to 2.5, right? But we will take the nearest integer value which is less than that value. So here we will take gap equals to 2, and within this loop we will compare the elements that are 2 index apart. So in the beginning we will compare the element at the 0th index, that is 5, with the element at the second index, that is 1. If the previous element is greater than the next element, then we will swap them. So here swapping will occur as 5 is greater than 1. So the element 5 and 1 will be swapped. So here this element was pointed by the index I and this element was pointed by the index j. Now we will increment the value of I and j, and they will point to the element 8 and 6 respectively. Now again we will compare the element 8 with the element 6. Is 8 greater than 6? Then we will swap them. So here it is also satisfying. So we will swap 8 with 6, and this will be our array, right? Now again both the ith and the jth index will be incremented. So I will point to this element 5 and j will point to this element 3. So we will again swap them. Now index I points to this element and j points to the element 5. As j has reached the last element, we will come out of this loop, okay, and we will execute this, in which we will decrement the value of gap by dividing it by 2. So previously gap was 2, now it will be 2 by 2 equals to 1. So now we need to compare the elements that are only one index apart. That means we need to compare the consecutive elements or the successive elements. Now again this piece of code will start executing, in which the variable I will point to this element and the variable j will point to this element. So here the first element is to be compared with the second element. Here 1 is smaller than 6, so we don't need to swap the values, and we will break from here and we will increment the value of j by 1. Now I will be incremented to this location and j will be incremented to this location. Now again we need to compare these two elements. So is 6 greater than 3? Yes. So we need to swap the values. Now again the value of I and j will be incremented, and I will point to this element and j will point to this element 8. Now 6 and 8 will be compared, and here 6 is less than 8, so there is no need of swapping, and again we will move towards the next two elements. That means now we will compare the element 8 with the element 5. Here 8 is greater than 5, so we need to swap the elements 8 with the element 5. Now one thing we need to remember is that whenever any swapping process occurs, then that swapped value need to be compared with the previously gapped values also. That means here swapping occurs between 5 and 8, right? So this element 5 also need to be compared with the previously gapped element. Here as the gap equals to 1, so this element 5 will be compared with all the previous element, and if any element is greater than 5, then we will swap them. So here as you can see, the element 5 will be compared with 6. As 6 is greater, so we will swap them. Now this element 5 will also be compared with the previous gapped element 1 and 3, but here 1 and 3 are smaller than 5, so there is no need of swapping. And here you can also notice that the index j has already reached the last element. So this is the end of the sorting process, and in this way we will get a sorted list by this cell sort algorithm. So this is what it's written here. This loop is for calculating the gap, that means which index elements are need to be compared, within which we will have this loop in which we will initialize j equals to gap and it will run till j is less than n. Then we will execute j++, again within which we will initialize the variable I with j minus gap and it will run till when I is greater than or equals to 0, and we will decrement the value of I by I minus gap after each iteration. And here we are comparing the elements. If the first element is smaller, then we need to break from here and the control will go to this location, else we will swap the elements. So this loop is repeated till gap is greater than 0. That means the minimum value of gap will be 1. And after executing this loop, we will get our sorted array. And then the control of this function will go to the position from where it was being called. And here we are printing all the elements of the array to see whether the array is sorted or not. Now let's run this program. Let the number of elements be 6 and the elements be in the descending order, and we need to sort the array in ascending order. See here, all the elements are in their sorted position. Now let's again run this program with some duplicate elements and odd number of elements. Here also we have got the sorted list. So this is how this shell sort program works. Still, if you are having any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. And if this video really helped you, then please subscribe the channel and like the video. Thank you.